It's over. And LAFC, the best team in MLS, will go home after this 3-1 Seattle Sounders victory here at Bank of California Stadium.
Bob, let's begin it at the end of the season. The game just ended. Obviously, you're very disappointed with the result. How do you put your emotions aside at that moment when you're about to address your team as their long season came to an end?
And the thing that came out of my mouth that night was that I still felt that we weren't as good as we needed to be.
And Rui Diaz beats Tyler Miller. LAFC trailing now 3-1.
I didn't feel like getting into the whole season. It wasn't time to talk about all the things that we've accomplished. It was just a feeling that in big games, we need to be at our best. There's certain plays you've got to make on both sides of the field, and that we needed to be honest with ourselves and just say that wasn't the way it needed to be in a game like semifinal and a chance to host a final. We measure the disappointments with also the look at the good football things that have happened and how we can continue to get better.
The season is over for the black and gold, but what a season it was.
Do you think about that sometimes, about what this club would look like in 5 years, 10 years?
All the time, because as much as you want results in the short term, this bigger vision that you see in certain clubs around the world that requires time, that requires continuation, that requires adjustments, but without ever losing the real vision of what you want to be.
Ramirez, back heel, Kane, roll back in for Ramirez. What a goal! What a performance! What a team!
We spent a lot of time with you, Bob. You want to set the highest standard of football. Maybe reach that perfect game one day. Have you ever reached? You're still.
No, there's moments where you're really excited with what you see, but there's always things that you want to see improve. And we still have perspective. We still look around the world and see what happens in the biggest days under the biggest spotlights to do incredible things. And so that just gives us the motivation to keep trying to go in that direction.
With that being said, the whole idea of legacy and these historic milestones, does that sometimes make you uneasy? Because I know you want to set that standard, but when those other things on the periphery come up, how do you view them?
I appreciate the opportunity that is there every day to engage everyone around me when the players are here, make sure that we're all together and trying to become a better team, how much we enjoy the work and what goes into it. And so I take that responsibility seriously, and I love every part of that. And I figure if that's done right, that over time the rest will take care of itself.
Players are expected in the offseason to sharpen their skills, get better. How does the 2019 MLS Coach of the Year sharpen his skills in the offseason?
When a season ends, there's time for reflection, and then as you think through things, the ability to share those thoughts with everybody around you. We pride ourselves on the kind of discussions that take place every day, where everybody's opinions count. And when a season ends, we continue. Those discussions give us life again, because the idea and the possibility to get better never goes away.
Do you think you guys have really changed the way maybe other clubs match what LAFC is doing?
That's not something I spend time with. I appreciate when people that I respect watch us play or come to our stadium and talk about what's going on and see that good things are happening. And so that's reinforcement. And I think everybody appreciates when reinforcement comes from people with experience and people with know-how, then that counts for something.
What are you looking forward to most next season here in this offseason towards 2020?
I look forward to the first day of training, getting back into it and trying to have this slightly renewed picture of what our football can look like and what we can be all about on the field. CONCACAF Champions League is something that means a lot to us. The ability to compete and try to win that trophy, along with being at our best, trying to play football that our supporters love.
No MLS team has won the CONCACAF Champions League in its current format. I'm sure you know that abundantly clear. What are the things that you think you can bring and this team can bring that possibly could change that?
We have to be at our best. And this idea that we continue to take the exciting moments of football that we can produce and balance them with a little bit more experience, a little bit more know-how. I don't think you can be naive and win CONCACAF Champions League. You've got to be confident in your football, but you've got to also know that on certain days, experience, decision-making, that little extra bit of savvy all come into play.